quite a lot. Then I'll pivot into the commitment to responsible AI and why that's important, including a look at the global regulatory landscape and the global landscape as it relates to standards with regard to responsible AI, before coming to security and privacy as one of the key pillars as part of a good responsible AI framework and what Microsoft is doing in that space. And it is fundamental to everything we do in the AI space. So in terms of our research around AI, we have 8 research centres globally. Those research centres each have, not unlike universities, dedicated departments or structures that look at a particular issue or type of technology and have resources dedicated to that. That feeds into not just our product roadmaps, but it creates research that can hopefully be used by our customers to demonstrate use cases and advance the use of AI and other technologies to help solve societal problems. If we think about some of the use cases that I think we're all aware of, visual learning in terms of AI, we've got a whole work stream dedicated to that. We were the first company in the world to create human parity vision, and that's going to be important for things like automated vehicles, any sort of deep learning as it relates to imagery, including medical imagery. Hopefully, eventually, leading to advancements for people who have had vision impairment or permanent vision loss. There's really not any end to the number of rabbit holes we could go down as it relates to our particular focus and emphasis on the research aspects of AI, but as you can imagine, it's quite substantial, and we're talking investments in the billions, and that's with partnerships with universities and research centres globally as well. But unsurprisingly, a lot of this research and emphasis goes into our technology stack. Now, this is just a very high-level view of the Microsoft technology stack, and it doesn't really capture the breadth of how we're using AI in all of these platforms, nor does this particular slide cover the security-specific use cases as it relates to AI, but a really important demonstration of how AI is being built into every layer of our tech stack for use of our customers who are using Azure as a platform for the creation of their own applications and systems, right through to our business application users who are using AI for things principally that relate to productivity gains. And those productivity gains, productivity as an economic driver is really fundamental. We've seen a lot of reports around that coming out of the OECD, for example, that says, however many billions of dollars can be added to the global economy annually by date with the adoption of AI. Not all of that is going to come from innovation as such in terms of new discoveries. The principal driver of productivity gains is actually doing the things that we already do incrementally better. And that's where we see really terrific use cases around AI, particularly at the business application layer. And certainly in the security space, I'll speak to that in a few minutes. But responsible AI has to be a fundamental part of this, not just because it is now something that governments are very heavily focused on, but because we as Microsoft recognised many years ago, since we adopted our own responsible AI principles in 2018, that for entities and individuals to adopt these technologies, for society to accept these technologies as part of their everyday fabric, there needs to be a high level of trust. We can't use these platforms if nobody trusts what they're doing and how they're doing it. And we're seeing that reflected globally. Now, since 2018, I was involved with the creation of the Australian government's ethical AI principles. It's now shifted to responsible AI as a focus. And since that time, almost every government globally has been trying to